now, and in terms of the ultimates, they're firmly in their favor. There's not much for SEN to play with other than their wins. Well, their wins are not about them! How has Sociable come away with that one? We are in the best of one stage, so that's for me where things are... I know. You're sat there at home going...
And, well, a couple of surprises when it comes to the agent select.
Yeah, it seems like both teams have had a similar idea. That's always the value of being on that attack side, looking to try and get off to a solid start, but already Magnum just taking that initial fight, swinging to make sure they had the advantage early. Narrate looking for a little bit of gymnastics to try and get them back into the round. Unfortunately, though, they are falling like flies. Zelsis, the last man standing to try and face off versus 3.
It's only 25 seconds to retrieve that spike and get it planted. This should be BBL's pistol round, locked in as expected.
Yeah, he's hoping there was someone left in the open, and well, eventually he will find him, but Levin's going to win that fight anyway. It's a red versus blue. It's a really cool looking stage. I'm sure over the next couple of days I'll get that panic out of my system, but for now at least, solid start.
Look, he's getting aggressive again. Not lost any confidence off that early fight. They've cleared Yumpy, they've cleared Sociable, and that smoke, it's given Levin a little angle to play from. He's good for the first. Not quite able to follow up though, the smoke blocking him out from that angle. Drops down below though. Good swing and another falling. The thorn in the side, in the back, in fact, and this has leveled up the numbers. Timmy Turret finding one on to bang. This round very much up for grabs for BBL.
Even while leaving a pretty big gap behind them. Zelsis has to be careful that they're about to walk through the smoke. They know he's on the other side, but he turns at the perfect moment. Both heads taken off, and well,
he did so much by re-aggressing down below, by picking them off, by putting the pressure on, but it's not enough. And with a performance like that...
The A site again, it seems like BBL have adapted. 3 players ready and waiting, and somehow Zelsis got away with that, but not for long. Yumpy picking up a double.
Yeah, just locking it down with that op in a nice passive position. Spike is tapped. It draws Sociable into the open. The reveal fired deep. It's not going to catch now, right? So he gets the jump on Yumpy. 3 more to take down. Levin on his way up to Belt.
Seconds left.
That's a big danger. Narrate seems to have a pretty good idea. I don't know if he heard a step. It certainly seems like he did. He is locked in, trying to clear him out, but the op shot lands for Levin. A round for BBL.
Again, and so they can stack this side of the map.
Yeah, they're getting a good flavor profile, if you don't know BBL, into their aggression with Levin, and now with Yumpy and Magnum, the push-up. After the lockdown had cleared so much space, they wait, and just as Sentinels are about to go for that execute, they've got to get through Magnum's Killjoy setup, already detecting players down below. Sociable with a cheeky jump up on pipes, and this has left it again. All onto Zelsis. A 1 versus 2 now with Magnum falling and Sociable deathly low. Levin's cleared it out in the end.
2 players currently over on that east side of the map, and it's a huge kill coming in for John QT. That is now Levin gone.
This round badly, and they're pushing forward in the pit too, just for a moment. Zelsis was looking for the fight, determining that they're not on the defuse, they're not putting that pressure on, it's not coming near half, and with the time now running down, you have to think that maybe they'll go for the save. Maybe they'll give up at this point. Fighting through the pit's not going to be easy. John QT's locking down that side angle. Doesn't see Sociable, but still, the time is too low. There's too many players to fight back against, and that pit made this round impossible. Great ultimate usage from Sentinels to secure their 4th.
A lot of these early fights. Where is he going? He's the edge, and John QT has been caught over the top. Fear was not ingrained into this man, and the defense from Profik, they tried this fake again. Even a little bit of BM.
Some well-placed utility with some ults, but you can never stop it.
Yeah, it's definitely going to be interesting going into the defensive side. Well, Second literally has to check every single angle just in case that Jet is wandering about.
30 seconds left.
Having to try and avoid all of that extra utility, and Zekken on the other side is thinking, okay, I need to get aggressive here. I need to get in their face and do something, and they have run out of time. Yeah, the delay actually works out wonderfully. Profik even picking up the operator at the end.
Work out. I thought that maybe we were seeing some of these issues like Levin there getting over aggressive in the 5v2. This mid push ended up dragging Yumpy off site, which gave that little bit of space for the plant to come through, but well, that's exactly it. Still possible for either team. The 7-5 half. Now Magnum taking a risk. He sat inside that orb, eventually backs out. They've got to pick the prospect first towards Snowman, so they're trying to fight in towards Orange. This wraparound from John QT expected, but he's only traded out in the rate. The numbers still favoring the defense.
now, and in terms of the ultimates, they're firmly in their favor. There's not much for Sen to play with other than their wins. Well, their wins are not about them! How has Sociable come away with that one?
You gotta wonder what was going through their heads. Look at that! They're lined up, watching the same angle, and Zelsis is hiding. That's disastrous after a timeout.
I'm sure you had to suffer through the volume, so yeah, I appreciate it even more. Viper's Pit used immediately, but I like this from JungQT. He's tried to teleport behind. Profek has gone chasing, but he's been paranoid, and now he's lost his Viper's Pit and lost his life.
Oh, Yumpy, rifle out just in time, but Zelsis still catches him. This was a fumbled previous round by Sentinels. Spooky, a little bit scary, as they now look to get that defuse. Well, not even halfway, actually. They're tapping it to bait them into open combat. Magnum finding one on the trades, but Zelsis standing strong.
Managed to get, but he can't really look to fight this. Just going to opt to try and play retake, but no, Magnum has domed him through the wall.
It's not a bad start. LewN as well, threading the needle. He's caught one looking the other way, and he got there in the end. Clean from Profek with the double. I think that might have been a little more of a clean fight that Profek had. And Zelsis now has to find 5, one-upping himself, closing out that previous half. This one not looking very likely.
You can pad the stats a little bit, maybe earn an orball too, but no, it's going to be Magnum to close him out. To win this and win it relatively clean. The fight, though, is already going to go the way. Bender of Bang gone, and then re-aggression on the other side. Narrate wins the fight, but he's desperately low. A good trade, though, out from Zekken, and doesn't want to take the risk, but he gets caught on the fadeaway.
And on the rotate, but JungQT won't be here for this fight. Zelsis has to stand his ground and does well to start, but LewN updrafting around, landing in his cloudburst, somehow wins that fight and goes out for more. This is what we're talking about.
He had to adapt to where he was putting it because he heard the dash and was like, well, this guy's trying to push me, knows he's coming. And LewN, it is like the turbo peak. It's the Turkish aim. Like, just, like, what do you even do? JungQT didn't even have time to react.
We've already seen what that can do. They're going to push through this smoke together. A drone clearing this out, spotting these players. The paranoia not able to be capitalized on, and Magnum around the side able to pick off a few. The danger mostly dealt with.
You just see Zelsis, he's having to check every angle on planet Earth. That one might be free though. Caught planting. Just a bit further back, but I don't think he wants to risk going all the way back to give up the position, and while he's already being swung on the other side, BBL should somewhat make that null and void. The dart as well has cleared any closer angles, although Narrate looking to sort of try and stick around. The team plays solid though. One of them at least was reloading in that moment, and instead they've come out with a man advantage and some very aggressive spacing. He's hearing the steps walk away, and Sociable, he's going to get Bang instead. Bang is going to be so confused, and then you're just going to see the TP to the other side of the map. In fact, he's gone into the spawn.
Yeah, he stayed up close for this fight. That's a very aggressive round from Sociable, but you'd expect nothing less from this man. Running away with this freedom. Zekken fires off, but now they know where he is, and they're not looking to let him get away.
Clearing out angles, but he has missed one. The drop down. Oh, he spotted the operator. And but also, the spike is currently going in the other direction. That's the more interesting part. They've sort of sold this ruse so well. Sociable managing to get the opener, but the players haven't rotated yet. They haven't stuck the landing. Zekken is still here with that Bladestorm. Move towards the A site, and there isn't a lot of time. They don't expect Bang to be here. And while Sentinels just being that little bit more patient and solo.
15 seconds and an op in hand. They want to take that out of his hands. They want to have it perhaps for themselves coming into the next. Great shots by LewN. He's surviving still, and the dash updraft gets him out. He's going to carry this forward.
That's got to be the worst spot to save from in the game. And in fact, he's actually thrown the operator away more direct. Like, they tried to throw a fake in. I don't think it's really been their style. That, though, a nice shot from Zekken, but there's no way out of there.
If he steps out, LewN is hungry for these picks. But I like that Sentinels are sitting back. They're making that read. Okay, let's leave Zelsis to pressure behind, and they will get aggressive. They will make those mistakes. The Cloudburst, though, buys time. JungQT now under pressure, and it's LewN to pick him off. Not able to deal with Bang, though. Both are coming from Orange. I think he will have that information just from the sound being made. The reveal goes up. It's actually spotted both of them. That was desperately close. A shock dart bounce off. Bang sticking it at least a half, sticking it all the way. Yumpy doesn't suspect it, and it will be right under his just knows that Sentinels find the defuse. No. Sociable joining the team as they look for this A-side control. Viper's pick goes down from Sentinels, but so does the Rate. He's been picked off. This aggression from LewN working wonders. And if they clear this backside in time, they could isolate Bang outside of that pit. Few spams coming close and indeed taking him down. An aggressive play by Sociable, and it's worked out. John QT dropping out of heaven. Will deal with Sociable. Will deal with LewN. And that's Sentinels back in with the advantage.
By the opposing side. Viper's pit available, but not really something they could do about this, and they've taken the low angle to just try and defuse. Needs to try and tap away, and unfortunately, the shot's not connecting. And you can start to see some deflated looks on the side of BBL. They were running away with this 5 rounds in a row, starting off this attack side. But as said, a Sentinel squad are never down and out until it is over.
So clean, not even a bullet landed. Otherwise, that snakebite would have taken him down and out. Somehow, with a stinger in hand, LewN's won that fight.
The stinger as well, because why would you? That's such an odd fight to go for. Magnum's now found another one. This should not be the way that they get to 12, but maybe even beaten by their own game. Sentinels have always been pretty good with the stingers. It's been an America's staple.
Planted.
And now John tries to level things up at least a little bit, but they're so far back into this round. And what else is he's just got to scurry away.
Onto map point. 2 chances to close this out. It might not be the dominant map that it looked like it would be.
Yeah, that's... You've just got to be seething. You've got to be absolutely seething. Because the other thing as well, though, is you understand the position of second. You go, okay, they don't have many credits, a bit of disruption. There is the Hunter's Fury already being sent through. LewN up close with that Bucky is ever so dangerous, and they still haven't cleared him from this position just yet. But it's going to be Bang with a quick turnaround. Magnum still standing, has been able to find one, but he's the only one with a gun in hand. Everybody else struggling that little bit more, and so is he, it seems. Even still, though, again, the Sting is doing work. And now Profex just sitting back passively, not wanting this to happen again with the snake bite, but in second, through the wall to kill him off. Still plans to try and push this, and I like that. They smoke off the dart. He goes swinging, and that's the spike down. Looks for a little more. A 2-for-1 bargain deal.
Players to the other side of the map expecting that rotation. LewN's going to have to stand strong. Already finds his first. Dash out. Info is good. He spotted at least one. It could be both. And with 12 seconds left, they need to push forward
10 seconds
through
left.
the wall, and it doesn't work out for Bang. Zekin, barely enough time to get this plant in. In fact, he needs to get sticking. And Profex swings just in time.
Few rounds, but even still, there's been the fight back, so having a deficit is a problem, and there is... No, I was going to say there's no escape. Nearly escaped. Even still, though, a 2-man advantage. BBL with a chance to close this.
Poison's gone.
A squad that's long looked for their crown, and this will be a step in the right direction. A debut on the international stage and a victory just one round away. A couple picks, and it's left to John QT, the man to do it all. LewN, the one to close it out. An MVP performance from that man.